easy to say that Mafia 3 was my favorite in the series for lots of different reasons. First of all, the characters, all the different characters. Not only the character that you play, this guy named Lincoln Clay, but all the other characters you interact with. The different characters that are like your companions, that you can kind of choose who to level up more, or who to level up their, I guess, like respect or their loyalty more, which unlocks bonuses for you throughout the game. But also all the different characters you encounter in the story. And the story is amazing. I don't want to say it's one of my favorite stories just of even recent video games, but it's definitely one of the more compelling and one of the more interesting stories I've seen in a game in a while. I don't want to give too much away for people who haven't played it yet, because I know a lot of you guys are on the fence, have been messaging me online, and you see me playing, asking if it's worth it. I'll go ahead and tell you that yes, it is totally worth it. You haven't had to have played any of the past Mafia games to be able to play Mafia 3. They're not linked at all. As far as I know, they're not linked at all. It's an open world style game, very much like GTA, but actually way better. Not better than Vice City, that's still my favorite GTA game ever, but it's definitely better than anything GTA has been doing recently. So your main objective throughout the whole game is going for this one dude. Well, actually you're going for a bunch of dudes, but your main end-all be-all mission is to take out this one guy who destroyed your family. And again, I don't want to go into too much because I don't want to spoil any of the story, because the story's really good. But this one guy's a huge asshole. We'll just leave it at that. He's a major asshole. And so you're going to kill him. But the way to get the main lead mafia gang boss leader guy is to take out all of the little minion dudes underneath him. So you're going through taking out all these little district mob bosses, and then you're giving those districts over to one of three of your companions, and then within that district you take over like rackets and stuff like that, and you can either decide to keep it running or just completely disband the whole thing, and then you can give it to your different companions as well. And each companion has a different tree of what they unlock and their loyalty points and stuff like that, that you get really cool bonuses like better cars you can order, better weapons, better just upgrades to your own character, being able to shut the phones off so that people can't call the cops, all that kind of stuff. And each district, while you're taking it over, even though the core mission structure is very formulaic, it never felt that way. It never felt repetitive to me, which is a huge thing, because things get repetitive very easily for me. And the fact that I never felt like things were getting repetitive, I took over every single district. I maxed out Vito. He was my favorite. My second favorite was Burke, with my last favorite is Cassandra. So I took over every single district, and yeah, it never felt like I was doing the same thing over and over again. It never felt rinse and repeat. Again, although the actual core structure of the missions and the district takeover was, I guess you could say it was pretty much the same thing, it never felt that way, which is a huge thing for me. There felt like there was a lot of variety of missions and a lot of variety of things I could do, not only just story missions, but each companion or a mob boss that you're working along with has also their own loyalty missions that you could do if you want. I really didn't mess with those too much because those felt like bitch work. Like I should have hired someone to do those jobs for me instead, so I didn't really mess with those that much. I also love the music in this game. I love the music. The classic rock station, which played a lot of Rolling Stones and Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, that was definitely my favorite radio station. It was definitely like listening to a radio station though too, because it only really played the more popular, well-known songs over and over and over again. I think I've heard Paint It Black more in this game than I have heard, if you combine all the other times in my life I've heard that song, I've still heard it more times just by playing this game. There are a few songs like the CCR song and Paint It Black. Every time I turned on the radio, one of those two songs was playing constantly. Yet, like, I only heard In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida once or twice through my whole playthrough, so it would have been cool if the soundtracks were a little more randomized, a little better, but overall, the music was fantastic. The voice acting was also great. I cannot go on enough about the characters and the story and just how everything flowed together really well. I don't have a lot of dislikes for this game. Some of the dislikes were backtracking. Holy shit, you'd have to drive from complete other side of the map just to watch a cutscene to then have to turn around and drive all the way back. That was bullshit. There's a lot of bugs in this game where you'll get to a mission marker just for the mission to not actually start because the guy you have to kill or whatever your objective is didn't spawn. So you have to reload last checkpoint to get it to spawn. That got frustrating. Any kind of timed missions, I hate timed missions, but they were done well in this game, but I still hate them, so that's a complaint. Most of the combat mechanics were really good. I only ran into a few issues here and there where it was getting pretty frustrating. I think I would run into some times where the game didn't give me enough warning that I was getting hit a lot, that I needed to take cover to regain my health or to take an adrenaline shot. There were times that I would get hit and just die and be like, what? I had full health and body armor. What are you talking about? And the game just didn't give me enough heads up. But that was very few and far between. Killing dudes in this game was so satisfying and so amazing. Just, they do that pop squish really, really well. They do that headshot sound, the pop squish, really, really well. I love when games make a really squishy headshot sound. So yeah, killing dudes in this game was a lot of fun. But that's really my only big issues, were just bugs and the backtracking. Other than that, the game just really flowed really well, way more than I was expecting. I thought I was going to like this game, but I did not expect that I was going to love it. Definitely not expect that I was going to love it as much as I did. It was great. It pushed a lot of envelopes, not only just with the racism stuff. They give you like a little warning at the beginning saying that, you know, really capture the mood and what was going on in this time in the world. They had to put in a lot of racism, which, you know, I hate when people want to just pretend some unpleasant history has happened. Just by pretending unpleasant things have happened in our history doesn't make them go away. We learn from our mistakes, therefore we have to talk about the things that were mistakes. And we have to talk about the things that make people uncomfortable. It's our history. It shouldn't make people uncomfortable to talk about it or bring it up, or to, you know, draw attention to the fact that some of these things did definitely happen. Just glazing over them is not going to make them better, and it's not going to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes in the future. So I'm really glad that they pushed a lot of those envelopes and took this game really far. Not to a point where I thought that they took things too far, but they definitely took it further than most games I think would have had the balls to do, which made me love it even more. And there's boobies in the game, so of course I loved it because it had boobies in the game. But anyways, hopefully I really didn't go too far into anything that gave away any spoilers. I wanted to keep this as spoiler free as possible. It's definitely worth it. I love the game. It was really great. I can't wait to hear about some DLC. I really hope they put out some DLC for the game. And I'm just gonna tell you what my ending was really quick, so if you haven't played it and you don't want spoilers, go ahead and quit now. So if you don't want spoilers, thank you so much for watching. Check out the game. I'm positive you'll like it. It's a lot of fun. And if you have played it or you don't mind spoilers, I'm just going to tell you what my ending was really quick. As you know, at the end, you got 3 different choices. You could, take over the Mafia rackets and everything and be the new mob boss. You could do that either with all of your companions, your 3 other dudes that you've already given things to, or you could do it by yourself, which would then mean that you would have to slaughter those 3 people, or you could just leave town and leave it to whoever your highest ranking person was. I ended up leaving just because I know that was what Lincoln Clay wanted to do to begin with before shit hit the fan. He wanted to go see the world and just do stuff, and so that's what I did. I ended up just kind of leaving town and left everything to Vito, which apparently actually ended very well for him because he built up the whole city to be a really great place and very touristy and really great. So yay, Vito. I knew he could handle it, and that was my ending. We'll see how things go with any DLC if we get it. I know that when I start my game back up, it just kind of puts me back before I made that decision. So it's just kind of like that didn't happen and stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments who your favorite of your 3 companions were, and what was your decision at the very end. How did you leave things? And as always, thanks for watching.